for him. He's the guy that went to the USFL. He got signed there. He had a great career for a season for the USFL. But check this out. So here's Brandon's. So finally, he makes the Cowboys football team last year as a rookie, like a 28-year-old rookie. And this is field goal number 1 for him last year. Oops. And so he yanks it from close up. And then from there on out, he proceeds to make 35 field goals in a row.
58-yarder against the Rams. Aubrey swings it from 60, long enough.
And when he solidified his kicking ability was this game against the Eagles in December, late last season. He's getting all these long bombs just over and over and over again. Here's a chip shot at 45.
Aubrey from 50.
Just amazing, right? So smooth. So anyway, and if we could only do that. So you can get in there and take a look at it. So what I want to do is, since last week I had done Justin Tucker, and so very quickly, here's Justin's slow motion swing. I want to refresh you that Justin really attacks hard. Look at the angle and the plant, but he does kind of a little baby crunch, but he ends up straight and he holds his shoulders and, just a great kicker. So here's what I've done that I want us to go through on this. So here I've slowed it down and I wanted to put up how this attack position. So take a look at this for a second. I'm just going to hold it right here. So, and I don't know if I can zoom this a little bit more. So what you're seeing here is Justin, as he's come into this spot, right? So here's his step. Here's that plant. What an angle. Look at that flexibility. Look at that leg whip. And now at the point of impact, boom, right here. So what I did is, so the purple is his head. He's looking down at the ball in the spot. But you can see his back is bent, but his lead front leg, let me just get in here, right here, is almost perfectly straight. This ankle is locked out. This plant is almost perfectly straight. He is attacking and hitting against a really firm leg, and he's still got this leg whip. And look at his shoulders have not completely turned yet, so he's got all his power to come through. All right, so we let him swing, and he comes through that. About to happen. Here we go. And boom, great ball flight. But you can see how bent over he is as I go just tick at a time. Look at this crunch, right? Instead of his back being straighter here, a little taller, a little more natural, this is old school. Put your head down on the ball and keep it there. Who am I to pick on Justin Tucker, right? But if Justin laid back a little bit further, I think he's got more distance. This is a crunch. Okay. So now we get to, and so here's a friend of mine, Gary Zahner, who's probably the #1 kicking. He's the NFL's kicking coach. So if I'm the high school guy, John wants to be the college guy, and or Jamie Cole probably wants to be college man #1, and Gary is pro man #1, right? So, so here's Brandon at Gary's place, and so this is slowed down. So look at how smooth this is, and this is before him being a Cowboy pro, right? So let's go and stop this. So I'm just gonna, so a little jab step, less of a drive step than Justin, but sets up for a great plant. Look how far his heel is in front of the line there. That's kind of interesting. Not everybody's like that. And here he is at lockout, all right? And look at how square he is. All right, so what I'm going to show you is, let's let that travel. His shoulders stay square, but boy, he sure comes over to the left. I think that's the corner kick soccer coming into play, right? So now I'm going to freeze this. Look at look at Brandon, and his head is down on the ball, but you'll notice his shoulder position, his arm position, his back position, right? The legs are roughly the same. I've got basically square, lockout. Yep, that's all great. Good hit. Eye on the target. That's right. My rugby bricks guy calls this rodeo arm. I think that's a good way to say it. You know, this is a balance, and your arms need to play a part. You need, and this arm is going to come across as you hit against this hard, firm leg. This arm is going to come across. When we saw Justin here, you don't even see that arm. You see my green spot. It's out in front of him already. Okay. So everybody's got a little different style. It's okay. All right. So he's got his eye on this. And now if I let this play through, you're going to see that come through. Boy, what a nice flight. But I would love to see him follow a little bit more further straight through. All right. So now let's take a look at this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go between he and let's see if I can do this here. So if I go between Brandon and Justin right here, okay, so here's Justin. So keep your eye on, like right now, take a look at the red, back crunch to hips to straighter. So when I talk about here's the crunch, are you a cruncher? If you're a cruncher, it's not that you can't kick it well, but I think you're losing some of that power in your hips. I think part of the reason that Justin has to take the extra jab to get the ball 66 yards and Brandon does not is this. His back and his hip has already come through. Their legs are roughly the same, but here's the amazing thing of Justin. His angle is steeper, isn't it? Look at the orange. Look at his legs. So Justin comes in at such a severe angle. His heel is a little behind the ball, where Brandon's is slightly in front of the ball or close to it, right? And now as he swings through, we're going to see him and finish this off, right? So boom, and now swing through. Here's the full thing. Oh, and I wanted to show you one more thing. So here's what Brandon does, right? So again, emulate what these guys are doing. So he's going to mark with his toe from where the holder's putting the his finger, and in your case, from the block, if you're a high schooler, right? So this is how he takes his steps, and he's comfortable. There's no set amount. Now he's going to take his two. He's going to get to a perfect spot, right? He's going to get himself ready. Likes to loosen up his hips. That's fine, right? And so now, and so when you're here, right? I would ask him. He does this. Let's go back on this. When he aligns it, he's going to take a look. There he goes. All right. Yep, I see it. What am I aiming at? Well, he doesn't really have. You want to look through the target, look through the goalposts, and there's nothing there. Well, but maybe what he sees is this, certainly this black area here. Maybe there's a thing on that brick wall in the back. He's looking to hit it through, because if he can hit that spot, then this kick is good. Now he steps, does his alignment. Boom. So smooth. Wow.